Hey guys, happy Wednesday to you. Just want to come on here. This is a new thing I'm going to be doing. It's going to be every single Wednesday. I'm going to talk about the events in town that I would be doing. There's always so many awesome things. Just because it's not on here doesn't mean that it's not a great thing to do. These are just going to be the kinds of things that I like to do. Most likely I will be at them. A lot of them are going to be shows that I'm throwing, but I only throw things that I love. I'm huge fans of all the bands that I do work with. I do have specific types of music that I enjoy, certain types of productions and lights and the types of sound I like, the group of people I like to be around. Once again, not saying that anything that I don't say on here is bad. But yeah, I do get people all the time, reaching out to me, having me, help promote what they got going on and all that good stuff. And I do as much as I want to help. I hate to water down my advice, and once again, what I do suggest or promote, it's just my personal preference, and that's all it is. Everybody's allowed to like something different. I know there's probably going to be some people that get a little upset that I don't talk about what they got going on, but I guess there comes a time in life, man, where I gotta start looking past that. I do love each and every one of you guys, but really I think this is going to be something cool. You guys get into my mind a little bit, see the kind of things. Now, once again, I am saying a lot of these things are going to be shows that I'm at, shows that I'm promoting, shows that I've curated and put together. But that's 100% couldn't be more true that this is where I would be. So you're going to notice, I guess you're going to notice the kind of stuff that I like, but I'll tell you off the rip, some of the things that really stimulate me. Number one is going to be music. I do love music. If I go out of my way to go somewhere, just as important as the people that are going to be there, music is something that just, strikes a nerve, strikes a vein in me that I relate to, that really makes me feel a really nice way. And usually it's original music. I guess, you could look back and say all music was original at one point. But I really do enjoy hearing music written, curated, and played by the person, that made it. Now, that's not all I listen to, but it's just one of the things that really, stand out. And I just tend to relate to it in just an odd way. I feel like the person who made it can really convey what they wanted out of the music more, the feelings and the emotions that were, that were present when the music was being made for the first time, being written, or however they come up with it. I think it's really special coming from that person. Now, that's not all I listen to, obviously. I love good music. There's bands that I absolutely love, and I love to hear when other people play them. But I could only be so many places. There's only one day at a time, So when I do choose, usually, not always, I will choose, something original. On top of that, bands that play, music, cover music in their own way. I do really love that. Who put their own little flavor, their own little spin on it. Maybe they'll take a rock song and make it bluegrass, or take like a country song and do it hip hop style, or, heavy metal song with some funk, so that I do really enjoy that as well. And tributes, there are some amazing tributes, and usually if you see me going to a tribute, it's for some music that really hits home, something that I grew up to, something that I absolutely love. And the proper tribute band, man, can really convey that, So once again, there's not one single thing that I love more than anything else, but there are, some criteria that I do think about, Once again, like I was saying, there's only one day at a time. I don't go out every day. Well, luckily for me, I found a way to, make a business around the entertainment that I enjoy. because it's hard for me to justify, which is not healthy, guys. I don't want you guys to think like this, but it's hard for me to justify going out and just enjoying myself and not not doing something for the family and trying to make a living out of it and grow a business, grow a brand, make a difference in the world. But once again, it's probably not healthy. I don't, it's okay to go out and have fun, but it's just one of the things that, that haunts me, and it's okay. I'm okay with it. I love it. There's only one day at a time that I could be somewhere. So another big thing that I take into consideration is how often can I experience this. So if you notice, a lot of the bands that I work with, a lot of them, I have bands coming from New York, from Jacksonville, lots from California, from Colorado. And I think one of the reasons why it's important to me, once again, because I really like to enjoy this part of my life. It's one whole other half. Real estate, I spend all day, every day learning, showing houses, listing houses, taking classes, and I absolutely love that. That's something that's going to take me where I need to be in life, and to be able to actually make a difference in this world and leave a legacy. I see it happening. I already know where I'm headed, and I don't think anything's going to get in my way, but I want to be able to at the end of the year, take a whole neighborhood of children that are underprivileged, and be able to just provide presents for all of them, or find a family that is run into a rough patch, because I have, and just be able to not even blink twice and help them out for a year, and help them get back on their feet, and things like that, really would drive me, and luckily I've found a business that if I continue to learn and continue to put my heart and soul into it, I'll be able to get there. But back to this, what we're talking about today, I'm not going to be able to see these people all the time. So, when I choose what I'm going to do for that night, I want it to really count. Everything I do, I want to do it to the best of my ability, and that's even satisfy my senses, and hearing a band that's only in Florida 2 times a year. Hearing them play their music the way they want it and the way it's supposed to be played. And once again, I'm never putting down anybody else that plays any other music. I'm just telling you what strikes a chord in me and what makes me want to go to places. All right, without getting too deep, I know this is my first time, the first video, so I'm kind of giving you a little background on some of the choices I'm making. And keep in mind, it's going to be short and sweet this time. I only have a few things, a few options, but really that's what I want this to be, So for example, tonight, I didn't have time to go searching and seeing everything that's happening. And if you guys have something, you could tell me. But if there was anything musically that I would want to go to tonight, I would be at Terra Firmata. And you're going to notice Terra Firmata is going to have a lot of my choices, but there's a couple reasons why. Number one, that is a great platform for amazing original music. The production is always really nice. People go there for the music. It's not an afterthought. Like it's presented as, hey, you're here to watch the show. You're not going to have dinner and have drinks with a bunch of people talking really loud and there's some music playing in the background. And once again, that's okay. There's going to be times where I do that, and there's nothing wrong with it. But if I had a choice, and these are just things that I enjoy. Remember this, guys. This is just me. Nobody has to agree with me on any of it. But tonight, we have the Nouveau Honkies, an amazing group of musicians, really cool people on top of that. But they write some beautiful music, play it eloquently. And on Wednesdays, they've been having Nigel from the Firewater Tent Revival which some of you guys know I'm a huge fan of. He's been sitting in with him on this banjo. So, I mean, that's just love into your ears, man. It's a beautiful night of music. It's presented very nicely. The sound is always on point, sounds great, not too loud, it's open air, not too quiet, you can hear every note. So for example, tonight, that would be my pick. Now, tomorrow, I haven't really seen much that's out there, so I don't want anybody to get offended that I'm not putting what you do on here. But one thing that I did see is an open mic night. They're at the Bottoms Up Public House in downtown Fort Pierce. And I know Tim Kyle Carpenter, he's the host of it. Once again, a great musician. And one of the reasons that I do like open mics is usually I'm gonna hear something that I haven't heard. I'm gonna hear things played in a way I haven't heard, because there's all different levels of skill. You know, so when it comes to open mic, another thing, I know some of the most amazing players, some of the most amazing world-class musicians on this planet all started somewhere. So it's really cool for me to kind of see that, to see people when they're first starting out. I have seen people go from open mics to out gigging now and getting gigs and getting paid and, you know, starting to sit in with bands, with followings, and, you know, so it's a really cool thing for me. So that's one open mic I see going on Thursday night. And once again, I know Tim is a great sound technician, so I know the sound's going to be nice. At the public house, I don't know if you guys know, I was involved with opening that place up, so I know there's some good soundproofing in there, and then, you know, done right, you could really enjoy a nice show in there. Awesome drinks. I really don't drink much anymore, but every once in a while, you know, so, and that's one thing, I don't drink very often. When I do, I like, you know, a good cocktail or, you know, 1 or 2 beers here and there. So that would be for Thursday night. Now, Friday happens to be a Treasure Coast Live production. And when I say production, it's full on. We're going to have next level sound, full lighting rig. So, you know, I like the fog and the lasers and the lights, and, you know, it's all part of the show. You know, once again, you know, that goes into what I choose to do. You know, if I'm gonna go and, you know, engulf myself in an event, or go appreciate and listen to music, you know, I want the whole thing, man. And maybe it's selfish of me, but so, because that's what I like when I put something together. When we do a Treasure Coast Live production, most of the time, 99% of the time, it's everything. You're gonna get the lights, the sound, the fog. I mean, it's gonna be a really, really nice production. So Friday, I got Sensi Trails. Like I was saying earlier, you know, a lot of the bands I work with are from all over the world, and they're coming from California. And this young group, man, will blow your mind. They have like the base of reggae, but they got this awesome kind of jammy, psychedelic rock. I mean, it's just beautiful music, and they present it, and it's all original. And it's just beautiful. I mean, it's a heck of a show. And once again, I value that. So once again, these are just my picks. And it happens to be a Treasure Coast Live production. If I was in Fort Pierce, another band that I really, really enjoy, that you don't see them much around anymore, are the String Assassins. They're going to be at Tipsy Tiki, and you're going to see Tipsy Tiki kind of is at the very beginning is going to come up a lot, because they value the show as well. It's a nice big stage, sound is always nice and on point. And they got good taste, you know. Gotta admit, they booked some good stuff. I don't know if you guys saw, I just did the Reggae on the Wharf with them recently. So huge thanks to them for you know, choosing to work with me on something. It was an epic day of music. So they have the String Assassins. I want to say it's Friday night. Yeah, Friday night. They got the String Assassins there. And yeah, that's another one. I mean, they play music unlike a lot of the stuff that you'll hear. You know, the covers that they have, that they play, I mean, they do it their own way, like 100%. And it's beautiful, beautiful music, a tight group of musicians, great vibes. And I always love the crowd that comes out to see them as well. Usually a lot of my friends. So yeah, man, if I was in Fort Pierce, that's where I would be. Now, once again, if I had to choose one, obviously, Treasure Coast Live. These guys, they're only in Florida once a year. Every once in a while, I can get them on that second time. But yeah, so that's for Friday night. Then Saturday, what do we got Saturday? Man, guys, once again, I'm gonna you guys. I need you guys to help me. Send me stuff. Send me what you think. Send me what you guys got going on. I'm not gonna put everything on here. I'm gonna choose maybe 1 or 2 a day. So I know my old company, Cosmic Barley, they have the Red Hot Chili Peppers tribute. Once again, tribute's something I don't often do, but Red Hot Chili Peppers, that music was a huge part of me growing up. You know, I do relate, and these guys are amazing. Great group of musicians, and they nail it. They got the costumes. That's like the afterthought for me. It's great that they do all that, but musically they're tight. I mean, they just really, the energy on stage remind me of that music. So Saturday, I mean, that's if I were to go out, I know I'm gonna be prepping for my Sunday event. I'm not gonna particularly be there on Saturday. I know a lot of my friends are gonna be out there. And I do love Eric, the owner of Terra Firmata as well, you know. And that's not the reason why you're going to see him heavily on my picks. It's just because of the way Terra Firmata presents music and the type of music that they get there, you know. So Sunday, the 2 main things on Sunday that I see that both happen to be in Fort Pierce. Actually, I got 3, a third one, in Stewart. I'll start with Stewart. Low Ground is going to be at the Rockin' Riverwalk. So Rockin' Riverwalk is an awesome thing they do every Sunday at Stewart, right on the water out there, right by downtown, which I absolutely love. I actually host it once a month. So I'm out there, I get to introduce the bands and hang out and, you know, kind of help sing I don't sing the national anthem, but I introduce the singer. So that's every Sunday. And Low Ground, killer bluegrass band. Once again, good friends of mine as well. And just to keep in mind, guys, just because you're my friend doesn't mean you're going to get on here. You know, it's just, it's the entertainment. You know, it's what I would do. The energy level is always great. And then they just play beautifully. It's what an amazing group of musicians. I'm not sure if they're going to have their full 5-piece out there. Usually they do for the bigger shows, which is just beautiful. You know, they got fiddle and they got, Nico is the man on the guitar. Not only that, man, I just love the dude. Every time I see him, it's the kind of guy you want to hug. But and Amanda, Trevor, I mean, it's a great group, very entertaining. So if you're in Stewart and you don't feel like leaving to Fort Pierce with some of the events we got going in Fort Pierce, but definitely at least make it to go see them. Let them know I sent you. They're great. And then Sunday, now there's 2 events happening in Fort Pierce. Both are going to be amazing. Lots of great entertainment in Fort Pierce on Sunday. You got Rooted Reef is a kava bar. Now, I really started getting into kava about a year ago. I really almost cut out 100% of my drinking. Every once in a while, I have a couple beers here and there, maybe 1 cocktail here. But I found kava and kratom, you know, they're very relaxing, you know, low calories, which is good. I've been watching that. But the people and the vibe in this place is great. You know, sometimes you could be at a bar and, you know, 10 drunk people next to you, it gets a little much unless you're right there with them. I guess for me, not being there with them as often anymore, you know, it's, you know, I don't, you know, I don't frequent that scene as much anymore. But at the kava bar, it's just a group, very calm, lots of great conversation, cool people. The staff is amazing. They're huge supporters of the community. So their 1-year anniversary. They got Tasty Vibrations playing, which is, a lot of you guys know, really one of my favorite Florida bands. They're going to be playing there, and this is a free show. So if you like kava, kratom, swing on by there, wish them a happy birthday, 1 year. And then they also have Spread It, which is another duo. Love those guys. It's Sweet Butter Joe, Tommy Holla, just a super cool sound. You know, he got percussion, he plays the sax, and, you know, it's just a really cool sound once again. And for me, what I have really, and once again, you know, this is where I'm gonna be. We have a huge car show going on. All Volkswagen bugs, buses, the Carmen Gias. I mean, anything that has to do with Volkswagen is going to be there right at Causeway Cove Marina. And for the entertainment, once again, I always say some of my favorites, but really when I'm doing an event, I do 99% of my events are some of my favorite bands. That's why I work with them. I'm going to be at the show and I'm going to enjoy it. Opening the day is going to be, we got Monty Sweet, which is a part of Stonehouse, which was one of the original jam bands from the whole Treasure Coast, South Florida scene. I mean, over 20 years ago with Billy Gilmore, all those guys. They're actually coming to Terra next weekend, or 2 weeks, in 2 weeks. No, it's next weekend, the 16th. So yeah, they're going to be at Terra next weekend. But I got Monty. He's one of the lead singers, plays the keys. He's got his Monty Sweet, a soulful blues act. They're going to be opening up. Then we have Firewater Tent Revival. I mentioned them a little bit earlier. These guys will blow your mind. If you've seen them before, most likely, I'm pretty sure you're going to be here. That's the kind of band they are. They're the kind of band that if you've seen them and they're close by, you're going to go see them again. I'm a huge fan. And once again, not only of the music, the guys are super cool dudes. They're going to be going on in the afternoon. I want to say around 4 to 6. And then 7 to 9, we got Soul Jam. Once again, man, next level musicians, epic sound, original music. And just, I mean, they're headlining the night. If that says anything, you know, I really, really love them. You know, the energy, their voices, Will on bass. I mean, they got keys they just added on to percussion. I mean, just a beautiful, it's like a southern rock jam. A lot of times I say if you mix like some Allman Brothers with a little bit of Widespread Panic and pop in a little Lettuce with some of those bass lines in there. I mean, it's just an epic sound. And they're going to be headlining. So on top of the awesome car show, go out and check these cool rides all day, kid friendly, all ages. You can go get world-class entertainment, amazing bands all day. We're opening the doors at 12. Music starts at 1 o'clock. All the bugs will be getting there already before the music starts. Full bar. Now, Sunday I probably am going to have a drink or two, you know? I'm definitely going to enjoy it out there. Full bar. We're going to have Jamaican food, Jamaican jerk food stand. We also have the sandwich truck there. Awesome vendors to check out. You can start doing some Christmas shopping. So I mean, it's going to be an epic day right in Fort Pierce. You guys, I'm a huge fan of Fort Pierce. I do a lot of stuff in Stewart. I do a lot of stuff in Fort Pierce, but this weekend happens to be, this Sunday happens to be Fort Pierce, and it's going to be epic. So, you know, I'm going to wrap it up there. I don't want to keep you guys too long. But yeah, guys, once again, if you have events coming up, feel free to reach out to me. You know, I'm not going to promise that I'm putting everything on here. I'm only picking maybe one thing in Fort Pierce, 1 or 2 things in Fort Pierce, 1 or 2 things in Port St. Lucie. I'll even go to Vero a little bit. I know Walking Tree always has amazing entertainment. And then Stewart. And then if you have even Jupiter, you know, I'll go to some stuff in Jupiter. Guanabanas always has great stuff. And then fundraisers as well, you know, fundraisers for a good cause. Things like that. Those are other things that I really do enjoy going to. So yeah, you guys stay in touch. Please don't be upset if I don't put your event on here. It's nothing personal. I can only pick so many. And really a lot of the times they're going to be shows that I'm doing. But hey, happy Wednesday, guys. Thank you.